Uh, okay, so let me check. Okay, so like they also come in the black and white type, and just like these are the long, like the ranging rod. So like these are the 1 meter ranging rod. Uh, okay, or also like you also have like the scalar measurement. Okay, so like these are like the short things. If I can find an example here. Okay, yeah, so like exactly we use them like that. Okay, so the scales. So probably you have seen that like the black and white thing. Okay, so like that will be helpful for you. Okay, so like suppose like yeah, so like I hope you people have seen this culture. Okay, so like let me show you. So here's the best example. Okay, so like suppose you just have seen that like the Harappan. Yeah, so like this man, you all people have seen that. Okay, so now like this is the photograph. Okay, and so while looking at the photograph, let me just open in the separate tab. Okay, so like while looking at this particular picture, so like what do you think about that? Like what could be the size of that? So yes, so like what do you think about like that? Like how like large it could be? So like what's your opinion on that? So yes.
So it might be of 2 to 3 feet length.
Okay, and just like anyone like who knows the exact measurement? Anyone? And just like in fact, yeah, yeah, Sandeep. Okay,
So it
so now,
like
yeah, please.
might be around 10 centimeter or something.
Okay, so not an issue. I'll directly share.
So 17 centimeter.
It is 11, I think. 11 centimeters.
Okay, 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 okay. Wait. So you can see that. Okay, as like 6.9 inch or 7.5. Okay, so the problem is that whenever we have the photograph, you don't. Okay, so like if they have used the like the short rod also. So let me just check if we find an image there. Okay, so like if there is any image available. Okay, so I don't find any image. Yeah, but like the problem is that with this you don't find that. Or suppose you are going to have a scale here, okay, and the scale is going to have the measurement. So in that particular case, it will really like help you to identify like what exactly the size is going to be. Correct. I hope you are getting the point, Suyesh, right now. Correct, Suyesh. I hope you have got it clear. Correct, Suyesh.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So let's proceed ahead. Okay, so now like there are the certain steps whenever you will be developing an archaeological site. Okay, so like let me just take you back to that like the hypothetical example there. So I'll take you to the Google Earth. Okay, yeah, so like this was the example we took with Dr. Jyotirling. Okay, and we discussed that. Okay, so like on the mountain, so like Dr. Jyotirling has found this type of the structure. Okay, so you can see the vegetation. Okay, so like these are the trees. So you can see the height and the size of the tree, and you can see the size of this particular area. Okay, and you can see the sharp edges here. Okay, so like from the first observation, it is sure that like this particular structure must have, you are going to look at the sharp edges and you are going to look at the depth here. Okay, or even you can just like look at the other features here and you can see like there are like the other like the elements are there. Okay, so now like Dr. Jyotirling has found this particular activity. Okay, so that doesn't mean that like Dr. Jyotirling will be taking the group of the 15 archaeologists, or he'll be like directly having his like the metal detector or his drones in the sky, or he will not be like directly conducting the archaeological survey in the region. Okay, so like I told you, so without like opting the license or without opting the permission from government like the authority, we cannot conduct any type of the survey or like any type of the excavation anywhere, right? So now okay, so the question is that then how Dr. Jyotirling will identify that whether the thing is suitable or not. Okay, So now here, okay, so like I told you, the Dr. Jyotirling like will be like conducting here one recognition. Okay, so like he'll be taking 5 to 7 like the archaeologists or like the top people, and they will be conducting the activity. They'll be collecting the data, and based on that, so like Dr. Jyotirling will be writing a proposal. Okay, and that proposal will be submitted to his university or the college or the department. Okay, so now this particular department will write the government authority. Okay, so like let me just give an example. Okay, so like there are the different type of the sites, and they comes under the different authorities. Okay, so like suppose like you have like Suyesh in the class. Okay, and suppose like Suyesh want to conduct an archaeological activity at Lothal. Okay, so like Lothal site comes under the Archaeological Survey of India. So in that case, you need to go to Archaeological Survey of India. Or suppose now like suppose this is a site, and this like the site is supposed from like Maharashtra. Okay, so you will have to go to the state archaeology department, and at the same time you need to go to the forest department also. At the same time you need to also like go to the local authority. So like suppose like there is a like the authority there. Okay, so like you have to like go to them. So like it can be the district collector, or like it can be even like tahsil office there. Okay, so these all the permission that we have to opt whenever you will be conducting the activity there. Okay, but now the most important point is that whenever like you will be firstly writing to your college or like the university or the department. Okay, so like suppose like you have like Sauban. Okay, and like Sauban is a professor at Delhi University. So now whenever he'll have to write to the management. Okay, or like the academic head here. Okay, so for the two things, for the funding, and secondly for like the diplomatic support for conducting the activity. Because what happens, like I told you, these government organizations, so they will not, even the site comes under the Archaeological Survey of India, and even though you are a professor, okay, so even in that particular case, this Archaeological Survey of India will be opting the permission, or like they will be granting the permission in the name of the institute. So like either it can be the university, either it can be the college, okay, or like either it can be like a department, or either it can be like the museum authority, or even it can become like the research institute. Okay, so like whatever like it could be. Okay, so like they will be like granting the permission on this and on your behalf. Okay, so like Sauban's behalf, so they will be like having the like the letter with this particular institute here. Okay, but now the first thing Sauban will have is to convince the university or to convince the management. So this is going to be the most important factor. Okay, uh, yeah. So I guess okay, so like the session just has been started, like recorded here. Okay, so like let me check that if it is live. Okay, because I really cannot understand, because like we have Anish and she is helping us. So let me check that whether it's been started with the recording or not. Yeah, so the session has started recording. Okay, so it's going on. Okay, so now okay, so the question is that, okay, or like the most important factor is that like how exactly you will be like writing the proposal here. Okay, to the university, okay, or like to the college, okay, or like even your institute. Okay, so that's the most important thing. Okay, so here the most important factor happens that like what is going to be the strategic importance. Okay, so like okay, so like let me show you the last example. So if you can remember that, to the last time I have shown you some other examples. Okay, like so many examples I had discussed with you. Okay, so like on like 25th of this December, so we'll be conducting one activity like near the city Mumbai. So let me just show you again that, or if I'm going to find any other example here. Okay, so like suppose like this is like the structures or like the sculptures that we have found. Okay, or like suppose like there is also one like the inscription is there. Okay, so in that particular case, okay, so suppose like you have a plan. So like suppose this is like Disha in the class. Okay, and suppose like Disha is a like a research scholar. Okay, so in that case, like what Disha will be having the plan. So Disha wants to visit the area, and Disha will have the different type of the objective. Okay, so like the objective number one is of course like documentation, because like this is going to be the new thing. Okay, so like she need to like notify to the government authority that I have found this particular type of the sculpture here. Okay, and the second thing is that she will have to conduct the identification, okay, or like the analysis, okay, and the third thing is that she will be like conducting even the dating activity by considering the like the scientific methods. Of course, like there is the inscription, so it will be like the easy task here, because like whenever you have to date the stone made object, so that really becomes a very tough job. Okay, so like if this is going to be the wooden made, or like even you are going to find a skeleton, so it becomes little easy. But to deal with the stone type of the structures, or like even the tools, so that becomes a very difficult task to date such activities there. Okay, so like this will be always the on and this type of the thing will be getting. Okay, so now here, like apart from that, okay, so like Disha will have the other thing, that Disha wants to recover the sculpture, and Disha want to take the sculpture to the museum. Okay, so now here you can see that Disha will be having so many objectives. Okay, so like what are the objectives here? So the objective number one Disha will be having is to like conduct documentation of the sculpture. The second thing is that the identification of the sculpture, and the third thing is that so like Disha will have to like even like conduct the scientific study, or even like the dating there. And then the fourth thing is that okay, so like she will have to also like recover the sculpture, and she want to bring this sculpture back, like either to her like the university, like the museum, okay, or like she want to like transfer this to any other like the nearby museum there. Okay, so now like Disha will be having these four different type of the objectives. Okay, so now to fulfill the objective, okay, so the most important point is that, so even if like Disha is going to like visit a department, and she's telling that, okay, so I want to conduct the archaeological activity there. Okay, so like I'm just looking for like the financial support, and I'm looking for the diplomatic support. So now the most important thing is that Disha must have to notify what is the strategic importance of this particular thing. Okay, so that's the very important thing. So like I gave you the example last time. So even sometimes what happens, so like even like the archaeologists, so even they will be studying about the prehistoric activities, and like more specifically by okay, so like while studying the stone tools, so even the natural tools sometimes they look like the stone tools, and like there are the young researchers, and they pick those things, and they think that, okay, so like these are the prehistoric stone tools, or like the Paleolithic, or what is the Neolithic I have found here something. Okay, but these are actual ground. These are not coming under the stone tools here. Okay, but these are just the natural tools. Those who look like the stone tools there. Okay, or like sometimes. Okay, so suppose like this is like Suyash. Okay, and Suyash believes that. Okay, so like below the land. Okay, so like suppose this is the land, and like along with like Dr. Jyotirling, so like so like Suyash also believes that, so there is a mound here. Okay, and below the mound there is a structure. Okay, so now the most important point is that you need to notify what is the strategic importance. Okay, so like even in case you are going to like spend certain amount, and even you are going to like spend your labor task, or you are going to conduct the archaeological activity here, so the thing is that what exactly the possibility you will be finding something, and more than that, like whatever you will be finding, what will be the strategic importance of that. So that is going to be the most important thing. Okay, so in that particular case, you need to have a solid case. Okay, or like you need to like present like the solid. You can call it like the proposal. See, this is similar to the activity. So suppose now you want to like conduct the PhD, and I hope like there are people those who are like pursuing, and those who have completed their PhDs. So before like choosing your PhD thing, okay, so you people must have submitted the PhD hypothesis. Okay, so I'm not like sure like the all of the universities. So like some universities like strictly asking for that, or some universities like will be asking the alternate as a proposal or something. Okay, but to have the hypothesis, it's a very old and like the common fashion thing that we follow. Okay, or suppose before like submitting of your research paper, or before like presenting the research paper in a research conference, you will be like submitting the abstract there. Okay, so the thing is that if your abstract is not capable enough, okay, or if your abstract is not underlying the importance, then you know that your entire paper is going to affected with that. Or in the similar manner, if your PhD hypothesis is not capable enough, then you know that even the university will not be considering your application for the PhD with this particular topic here. Okay, so in the similar manner, if you really believe that, okay, so like even in case your case is genuine, and you strongly believe that like there is a possibility to find something beneath this particular area. But the thing is that you must have to notify the strategic importance in your particular proposal that you will be submitting there. Okay. So now, okay, so like I'll be like taking you ahead, and like we'll be discussing that like how exactly we will be like writing the proposal there. Okay, but before that, are you people clear until this particular point, everyone? Like Sauban and like Suryash and like KP, Disha and like Vajram and Prince and 65 other people in the class. All of you, everyone. Everyone like Anina and like Aishwarya and like Ahmad and like Abhi Gali, and I'm really sorry if I mispronounce your name, and like Adesh and like Angel and like Ankita, Anisha and like Ankit, Arya and like Bhuvneshwari and like Madhulika, Dhanashri, Dipti, Disha, Diya and Dr. Vijay Kumar Reddy, okay, and like Ian and Frankie, so I can't like see your real name here, or like Ganesh Raj Gopika and like Hanif Sat, and again I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, and like all the 65 people in the class. Okay, yeah. So now, okay, so like before we proceed
Uh,
ahead, again, yeah, yeah, please.
I have a question about like as you said there are steps to this whole thing. So first step was identifying the potential site, right?
Yes, 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 right.
Yeah, and then the second step is constructing a proposal, right?
No, 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 no. So the
Okay,
second step will be your reconnaissance.
okay, okay.
Okay, so you will be like composing the reconnaissance. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, so not an issue. I will again give you the example. Okay. Yeah, so like what I was giving you the example. So you have Dr. Jyotirling in the class. Okay. So
Okay.
like Dr. Jyotirling is using the GPS. Okay. And
Hmm.
while using the GPS, suppose he is going to find this particular type of the structure from the
Hmm.
GPS imagery. Okay. So now he has found the structure. Okay. So that doesn't mean he will be taking this tool and like start digging, or he'll be conducting the archaeological survey here. So firstly, it is not logical, and secondly, even it is not a legal activity to do that at all. Okay.
Okay.
So now the question is that how like a doctor like Jyotirling can like identify like what exactly the structure is about. Okay. So firstly, like Dr. Jyotirling will have to conduct a recon mission in this particular region. Okay. So like with this particular site. Okay, or like even before conducting the recon mission, he will have to like write a proposal. So like I give you the exam, sorry, like the plan of action report. So like how exactly the recon will be taking, or like what exactly the activity he'll be doing. Okay, or like the plan, or like the objective, or like whether they want to like, keep any type of the like the backup to be there, or like whether there is a need to create any type of the communication channel. Okay, so these are all the things he'll be considering, and after conducting the reconnaissance, he will be collecting the data. Okay, or like he'll be composing his recon mission report. Okay, so based on this particular recon mission report, he will be like basically understanding the potentiality. So yeah, so Shri, okay, so the potential will be found in this step. In the
Okay.
recon mission step, you will be understanding that once you go here. Okay, so you will be understanding that like whether there is the actual mount, and whether there is the actual like the possibility or not. Okay, and like by, of course, like with your experiences, you people will be like learning these things. Okay,
Okay.
in that particular case, so yeah, so if you find that, okay, like that the potential thing, then now you will have to create your case. Because like just you go to your university and you tell that, okay, so I have found that and I want to conduct the activity. So
Mhm.
it is really difficult to get the support, like the diplomatic support and financial support. So both of them get, it's a little difficult activity there. Okay. So now in this particular activity, okay, so you need to write a proposal. Okay, so because you firstly have been there and you have conducted the recon, so you already have the data. Okay, and
Mhm.
in this particular data, so you know that how many archaeologists you will require them to cover this particular type of the area. Okay, so whether you need the 10 people, whether you need 15 people, or whether you are required to have 30 people, or even what type of the tool you need to carry. So whether you need a like a spatial like the metal detector, or like how deeper it could be, because like they will be like coming from rupees 15,000 to rupees 1 lakh, 1,50,000, or even rupees 3 lakh you will be getting through the ranges. So that really depends. Okay.
Mhm.
So like what type of the thing you are going to like require here. Okay. So apart from that, even like if like talking about the drones, so even like the drones depend. So like not just the photography drone, you need a spatial like a surveillance drone here. Okay. Or like do you need to like make like the mapping of this particular area. Okay. Or like whether you want to check the possibility of finding such like the sculptures in like the nearby region. Or like what it is going to be the topography here. Okay, or like whether you need to like take a spatial like the security with you, or like you need like to take like the people for the security purpose with you or not. Okay, by considering the area, or by considering the like the security of your entire team there. Okay, or like more specifically how many days you are going to be stay there. So your reconnaissance is going to give you the experience of all the things. Okay, so based on the recon, you will be like updating these all activities to your proposal, and like apart from that you will be also mentioning what is the strategic importance. So that's going to be the very important factor, Shri. So in case you are not like capable to notify the strategic importance of this particular object or of this particular place or like of this particular activity here, so it really becomes difficult, okay, so to get like any type of the support. Okay, so here this is going to be the very important thing, how exactly you compose this particular document. Okay, and like I told you, this document will be similarly sound like submitting the abstract, because even before like getting selected your paper for presentation in a research conference, your abstract will be playing the very important role. Okay, so if you have the strong abstract, then you will be getting selected for the paper presentation, and if you like present the paper properly, then you will be asked for the paper submission. And if you submit the paper good enough, and then only the paper will be getting published. So you are aware about that. Or like I give you the example of the PhD also. So okay, so like suppose like I want to like take a topic. Okay, so that doesn't mean that like the university will simply allow me to take that particular topic. Okay, so even in that particular case, my hypothesis is going to play the very important role. So in the similar manner, whenever you will be like opting the support of, okay, so like the financially or like diplomatic support, so in that case your case will be stronger, or your proposal will be the stronger document, and then only it will become flexible. Okay, so like not only from your like the organization. Okay, so like suppose like okay, so like suppose like she has found like certain sites. Okay, suppose like from like Uttar Pradesh region. Okay, so suppose he is from Delhi University, and just imagine that like Delhi University people are not capable to help him. Okay, so if his case is strong, and suppose like he is going to visit some other like the research institute, so like probably you people might have heard about like the Bhandarkar Institute from Pune. Okay, so suppose he is going to visit the Bhandarkar Institute, and he is going to present his proposal there, and yeah, so like he is like capable to like give the exact or like the pinpoint information, and along with the strategic importance, or like how exactly it could be like contributing to the current field of study, then of course like these people will be happily to support him in this particular type of activity. Okay, so therefore your proposal is going to be the very important type of activity here. Correct, I hope now you are getting the point, Shri. Correct, Shri. And what about other people like Suryash and like Sauban, Disha, and like Bajrang, Prince, and 67 other people in the class, all of you, everyone? Are you getting the discussion, all of you, everyone?
Sir, hello.
Yes.
Sir, action plan and recon are same, right?
I beg your pardon, Sauban.
So like we also discussed about the plan of action. So
Okay, so you want to know the plan of action report, right?
so the recon and plan of action, what is the difference between them?
Okay, so like before conducting your reconnaissance, you will be making the plan of action report. Okay, so like let me show an example, Sauban. So suppose, okay, so like suppose if I take you to Google Earth, it will be the good thing to give you the example. Okay, so like suppose if I show you an example, okay, and also like see, talking about like even the Madhya Pradesh, so there also like we have found certain sites, so there also we will be going in the upcoming days, because like the Madhya Pradesh region is a very like the popular for such type of activity, and even like more specifically to the southern region, so like not like all type of the activities have been studied there properly. Okay, so now yeah, so like I'm just like taking the like the suitable thing for the example purpose. Okay, so like suppose like these are not the farmlands. Okay, so just imagine that like Sauban. Okay, so like you came to know that. Okay, so like you have found the certain structures. So certain like the unidentified structures here in this particular landmass here. Okay, so now Okay, so of course you will be conducting the reconnaissance, okay, and you know that like the reconnaissance is not going to be your actual archaeological activity, but even before conducting the reconnaissance, okay, so you will be going in the forest, and like last time I told you, if you are an archaeologist and you are getting bitten by the snake, so no one is going to come to help you, okay, so you are not in the armed forces, so that you will be getting like the air support or something, so you are not going to get anything, okay, or even in case you are going to get attacked by some like the random people, so even like you will have to manage everything by yourself, okay. So now okay, so like to cover this particular type of the area, okay, so you are required to have like the solid plan, because like suppose like this is going to be in the middle of the forest, and just imagine that, okay, so like this is going to be like the main road, okay. So now even like how exactly you will reach there, so that's the most important thing. So suppose you are from Delhi, okay, so you will not be getting the direct the train that will be like directly like taking you to this Chiluk, okay. So before that, you need to like come to the particular area, and from area you need to hire like the local like the bus or something. Okay, so they will be like taking you here. Then from here to here, so now at GPS, like it will be looking you like nearby, but this will be like at least like taking at least like 50 to 20 kilometers. Okay, so like it will be more than that, but I'm just like taking like the standard like the kilometers. Okay, of this particular region. So even this is not going to be the straight road. Okay, so even when you will be walking this particular road, so yeah, so like that doesn't mean you will be like start like walking here blindly. So suppose like these are going to be the mountains here and the side here in this particular thing. Okay, so you are not the trekking person, because like the trekking people have the one objective, just like go to the top, just have the flag and take the photograph and just return back. Okay, so you are an archaeologist and you need to check each and every component, or you need to take the 360-degree angle. Okay, so in that particular case, you will be like making the points. Also, yeah, like I told you, like you will be like either like going in this point, like in the numbers, or like you can give in your code words. Okay, or if it is required, you can also like make here one base camp here for like the backup support here. Okay, so in that particular case, you will be like conducting the activity, and even before conducting the activity, you need a solid plan. Okay, and for that plan itself, it is called as the plan of action report. Okay, so if the plan of action report is perfect, okay, so suppose like to conduct this particular type of the activity, and you wish to conduct this within a day. Okay, so in that case, if you are like making the plan, so suppose if you start the activity by 8 a.m. in the morning, okay, so you believe that so like at least by 12 okay, so or like at least by 10 a.m. you should reach here. Okay, then after by 10 a.m. So you should reach here by around by 1 p.m. and you will have the rest and you will have the food here. Okay, then you will be like marching ahead. Then you will be like reaching here by the 3, and like the other activity it will be taking at least 5 p.m. Okay, then you started your activity at 8 and you are ending by 5. So it is almost taking you 9 to 10 hours. Then again to return back, it will be taking that much time itself. So you need to really consider whether you can conduct the activity within a day or not. Okay. So from that particular things, your plan of action report is very precise. So suppose you have to reach here by 10, and like okay, so like the people those who are like walking with you and they are not physically tough and they are taking so much time, and suppose you are going to reach this particular location by around like 1 p.m. So that means your 2 hours are wasted. So when you waste the time here, it will be wasted here. So similarly, it will be affecting to this, and even to return back safely to the home, it will become so dangerous. So what you will do, so from here itself you will have to return back. Okay, and then to next few days you will have to make the second attempt, but each and every activity you will have to consider like collect by using the plan of like the action itself, or like sometimes even we are like making like the moving orders also. So suppose like this is like going to be like the two mountains. Okay, so like what you can do, you can send the one team from here for the recon, and the second team will be sending from this one. Okay, and you'll be making like the time format here, then the entire team will reach here, and from here you have the plan to return back. And if the second team is not like conducting their activity precisely and they don't reach here on the time, then you know that it will be even affecting the quality of your entire work here. Okay, so the plan of action report will be giving them the strict like the instruction, or they have to like notify you at all the steps, like what exactly they have like cleared, and even we can give them the code names also. So you can give like M2, 3, 4, 5. So like this is the passing, like when they are passing, and like they were supposed to like pass between like 10 to 10:30, and they are like passing now by 11 p.m. So you know that like half of the earth that they have like additionally spent. So you will be getting the further idea. So from that perspective, your plan of action report will be very important, even whenever you will be conducting the reconnaissance mission, and then only you will be success in the recon, and you will be like collecting the proper data. And just like from the recon also, so you can also like collect the surface sample, and this is totally allowed. So unless until you don't dig and you don't like collect anything, or like you are not like taking like the sculptures with you, so even like it's not allowed. But you can take the soil sample, you can collect like the water sample, you can like study the like the topography, or like I told you, like you can even carry or like the total station tool here. Okay, or like you can be like studying these all activity, and this will be giving you the idea for the actual exploration, what will be the strength required, or what will be the tools will be required, or what will be the funds required, or whether even you need to carry certain like the weapons for your self protection, then what type of the weapons you are required to carry, or whether you need to carry the tents, or whether you need to carry what type of like special protection there whenever you will be conducting the activity. So this is like that. Okay, so like firstly the identification, and for identification we studied the 4 methods. Okay, so that you understand that. And after identification of the site, when you go to develop the archaeological site, so firstly you need to conduct the recon, and even before the recon you need to conduct the plan of action report, because you'll be going in the forest region. Okay, so if the plan of action report is solid, then your reconnaissance mission will be solid. And if the reconnaissance mission is a solid thing, then and then only you will be getting the right data, okay, to highlight the strategic importance in your proposal. And if your proposal is based on the solid ground, then and then only you will be getting the permission, or you will be getting the financial and the diplomatic support. And if you're getting that, then the further activity like your exploration, and if there's a chance for the excavation, so that you can conduct. And then finally you can be like proceeding at the post excavation, or the conservation, or like the preservation, or the restoration type of the activity, to sending these things to the museum. Okay, so you will be starting the activity from here, from the identification of the site, and you being the archaeologist, you will be ending here, or till like sending the particular object to the museum safely. Okay, so this is what the archaeologists are supposed to do that. And like I told you, like mostly like what happens here, so like mostly like the professors conduct this activity. So they identify the site and they decide that. Okay, so whenever you go to the excavation, so what happens, like basically you will be like getting the things, and you will be getting the tools, and you'll be digging here, but you will not be understanding the entire picture here, or like the 360-degree picture, or more specifically this is not your side. Okay, so like someone has found, and you will be like a part of that. Okay, so from that perspective, it firstly like doesn't help you to develop the required skills, the proper skills. And the second thing is that it just like of course like provide the portfolio, but not a solid portfolio. So this is not your contribution in the field of history and archaeology. Correct? I hope now you all are getting my point. Correct, everyone? Like Sauban and like Shriji and like Suyash and KP and like Prince and 63 other people in the class, also like Raja Abhishek, if I pronounce it incorrectly, or like Rishabh, Sandeep, and like Sejal, Shivani, all of you. Even like there are the certain steps. So like the one of the step is going to be the most important one, and this particular step is to compose a proposal. Okay, and just like I told you, like yeah, now we really have the limitations. So like in case we were supposed to work on the actual archaeological site, then like I could have like shown you in the live class like how exactly we are going to like create the proposal, and how exactly we are going to like develop further with like such type of the activities there. Okay, so like right now we have certain limitations, but like I told you like last time, even like to use like this like the total station tool, so in the live class it is little difficult to show you that. So if we could have been there on the field, so it could have been like shown you like how exactly we bring the tripod and we take that, and how do we take the measurements, or like how do we utilize like certain maps there, and how it will be like beneficial for you there. Okay, yeah, so not an issue. So we will proceed ahead, and we'll be going to the next point, like why whenever you will be like writing the proposal. Okay, so like that you will be like submitting to the university or like the department there. Okay, so like what type of the precaution and like what type of the activity you are required to carry there. Okay, so now here yeah, so like this so suppose like this is going to be like the excavation activity here. Okay, so like suppose you are going to get a certain type of the old structure there, and suppose this is the strange, and even you can give the name to the strange, so like that going to be the chief archaeologist will do that. Okay, so like whoever is going to be like the head of the site, so that person can give the name in the codes, okay, or like in the numbers, like whatever the type of the name they are going to do. Okay, so now like while conducting the activity here, okay, so like I told you, firstly your proposal is going to be the most important factor. Okay, so like in the proposal, you are required to add it, like notify what is the strategic importance. So if the like the archaeological activity is going to take place here, whether like the exploration or the excavation or like any type of the activity, so what and how it could be contributed to the new field, okay, or like how it will be like contribute to the existing knowledge of the field of archaeology. So this is going to be the very important factor you are required to notify it there. Okay, so if you fail to notify, you will be facing the difficulty then, right? So now, okay, so like suppose like you are like going to get like accepted by your university or the department, okay, or like the research institute there, and in case you are going to get like the diplomatic support and the financial support there to conduct the archaeological exploration. So now we will be discussing here while conducting the exploration, what type of the things that we will be dealing here, or how exactly we will be conducting the exploration here. Okay, so like the exploration also, so even it's not like that type of the difficult activity, but yes, the one thing that you all people have to consider that your like a physical fitness is going to be the most important factor. Okay, because just like whenever there are going to be the archaeological activity, so like people mostly find that so like the archaeological activities are going to become the adventure, or like the archaeological activities are going to be the enjoyment, but no, like archaeological activities are really not like that. Archaeological activity, more specifically the field archaeology, is a very tough job. Okay, so like I told you, suppose if you are a tracker, then like what will be your objective? So your basic objective is that okay, so like suppose the site is here, so you need to go there, you need to take the pictures, and you have to just returning back. But if you are an archaeologist, okay, and to explore the region, you need to take 360-degree angle of this each and every particular region and to this particular mountain here. Okay, so now to take this point, it is a very important factor for you. Okay, and if you fail to do that, it will become the difficult factor for you. Okay, or like you will not be like able to do this activity. So therefore, physical fitness is going to be the most like the important activity. Okay, or like even like I have like the advice for you people. So like apart from the study, so like you should be like go out for like the running or for the jogging activity there. Okay, so like of course, like whenever you go to gym, so of course like you will be working on the muscle building, but like like more than the muscle building, your stamina is going to be the most important factor. Because like I told you, suppose like the main road is here, okay, and suppose like this is going to be like suppose like the 15 kilometers of the area, then you will have to walk the 15 kilometers. Okay, so you will be having the limited food, you will be having like the limited like the supplies, you will be having even limited water. Okay, so with these limited things, okay, so you will have to like walk these like 15 kilometers. Okay, so like suppose you are going to have around like 3 years. Okay, so like within the time of the 3 years, you must have to complete this 15 kilometers of the walk. Okay, so if you are not going to like complete these the 15 kilometers of walk like within 3 or like the 3.5 hours, okay, so it will become the difficulty to complete the further activity. Then even after completion of the walk, you need to conduct the archaeological activity, so you need to have the another strength to conduct the activity within the given frame. And like I told you, even if your water supply is going to get finished in this middle of the forest, then no one is going to bring the water for you. Okay, so that's going to be the very tough type of the activity, and like the physical fitness will always become the key like the criteria here. Okay, so like other than the muscle building, so your stamina or like your ability to walk, okay, or like your ability to sustain without water and food, so like you all people have to like develop this type of the activity. So then and then only the field activity or like the field archaeology will become like the important factor for you. Okay, so now we will be going to the next step here. Okay, so now suppose like this is the site, and suppose you have found the mound. Okay, and you believe that this particular mound is going to be the medieval type of the mound, and you believe that like this is going to be like someone's uh, like uh, uh, like the burial, so like you believe that like being the archaeologist, and just imagine that there is a construction work going on, and this construction people by chance they found that. Okay, so while like constructing the land, these people have found this type of the bricks. Okay, so you can certainly see that these are not, and like this particular image I have just taken for the example purpose. Okay, so don't take this seriously. Okay, but just like pay attention here. So like these are not like the wood sorry, like the bricks. Okay, so like not like made of the clay. Okay, so these particular are the stone made structures that you can find. Okay, so whenever this is going to be the stone made structure, or like suppose even in the base ground, Okay, so you are going to say this is going to be the stone made structure. So mostly like the kings, okay, or like mostly like the people, like for like the religious, like the architecture. Okay, so these people used to have such type of the stone structure. So suppose you are going to find the stone fortification here in this particular region, so you know that like the common people will not make the stone made like the fortification like near their house. Okay, so either like it could have been a part of the military check post, or like either it could be in the part of like the royal palace or something, or like either it could be have been like the compound of a religious place. So unless and until like why like the common people will be spending too much and to create like other like the stone structure made the entire surrounding, okay, or like the fortification made of the stone structure here. Okay, so like such points you have to like mention in your proposals. Okay, so like this is called as like by considering like the possibility factor here. Okay, and then after that, okay, so like whenever you will be like getting the permission here, so like I told you like what are the steps. So firstly you will be like conducting the recon, and like even before the recon you will be making the plan of action, and then you conduct the recon, and after having conducted the reconnaissance you will be going to the next activity. So this is going to be like conducting the survey here. Okay, so your typical your survey. So even the survey report is going to be the very important factor. Okay, so you are not going to just like submit this to like the organization. Okay, like from where you are going to or like you have got the permission, but more than that it will help you to opt the further like the license or permission for the excavation in this particular region. Okay, and even whenever you will be like conducting the excavation, then of course like you people must have studied in your curriculum part also, like what are like the type of the activity we will be conducting. Okay, whenever you will be conducting the excavation. So now I'll be like coming to that part, but before that, so like have you got the clear idea until this particular part, everyone? Are you clear, everyone? Like Bajrang and like Disha, KP, Sauban, and like Suyash, Prince, and all of you in the class. Okay, so I hope you all are getting the point, right? Okay, so now, okay, so like you will be conducting the archaeological activity here. Okay, so now like there is a one point which is called as the acclimatization. So that's the very important factor. So not only just for like the archaeological like the excavation activity, but even like the acclimatization activity will be conducted in various places. So suppose like you are like going to be the part of the mountain archaeology. Okay, so like some people consider mountain archaeology as a separate like the field of study, and some people do not consider it. Some people just like keep it under the field archaeology. Okay, but like basically suppose you are going to conduct the activity to the mountain. Okay, and suppose like this is going to be the size of the mountain, and suppose like here you are going to like give the point to this mountain. Suppose the height of the mountain is going to be like 3,200 meters. Okay, so you will be like giving the name to the point like 3200 or something. Okay, so in this particular case, okay, whenever you will be conducting the like the activity here, so 3,200 height or like the meters is going to be the very like the heighted thing here. Okay, so now in this particular case, you are required to have the acclimatization. So suppose you are going to have the team of 50 like the archaeologists. Okay, so in that case you need to provide them the acclimatization. You need to like take to the like the sample or like certain like the other mountains, and you'll have to like teach them like the mountaineering activity. Okay, like how to be secure, like or like how to be survive in the mountaineering activity. So that thing it is going to require. And if this is going to be like directly like the archaeological excavation activity, so you don't like directly like taking people and you will be asking them to start digging. Okay, so in that case there is a possibility that you may destroy like certain things there. Okay, so therefore sometimes like as a part of the acclimatization, so some people also like called it as like the trial trenches also. Okay, so these like the trial trenches, you can be like taking to the nearby area or like to certain like the protected activity here. So basically you will be like creating the prototype before like conducting the actual like excavation activity here. Okay, and that's going to be the very important activity here. Okay, so now suppose like this is going to be the area, and you can see that this is going to be like the structure which is there on the mountain. Okay, so firstly you need to know what is the type of the mount this particular like the stone. So suppose this is going to be the basalt rock. Okay, so like basalt rock is like relatively so like you can call it like lighter, or like this is like relatively not hard, such as like the igneous and like the other stones. Okay. Uh, so in this particular case, suppose this is going to be granite, then you need to be like by using the different type of the methods here. Okay. So now this is going to be the basalt. So whenever you will be like actual digging here, okay, so you need to be like choosing what type of the tools you will be required. Okay, so even by using the human made tool, so that will be the like a suitable thing. Or like suppose this is going to be like a tough type of the activity and you need to like dig here, so in that case you can be also using like the other the drilling tools here. Okay, or like the machine made tools can be also utilized here. So now in this particular activity, okay, so you can be in the nearby area, you can be having like the trial trench, like I told you, for the purpose of the like the acclimatization, or in the protected environment that will be doing that. And then like whenever you will be like discussing about like the archaeological excavation, so like I discussed with you people earlier, so there are going to be the various type of the like the excavation type of the methods here. Okay, so like suppose like not only just like the horizontal and not only just the vertical thing. So suppose like this is going to be the side, like the image which I'm showing you here. Okay, so yeah, so in this particular PPT, so suppose you are going to consider that this is going to be the burial. Okay, so in that case you will not be like using your trowel directly here inside. Okay, so other than that you will be like using the like the wood based tools here. Okay, for like the safely recovering the skeletons here. Okay, so based on that you will be choosing the like the type of the activity here. Okay, yeah, so now like whenever you will be like conducting the activity here, okay, or like the actual like the type of the things here, or you will be like to start like digging here. So like I told you, whenever you conduct the recon, so in that case itself you will be collecting certain samples, or like the surface sample. So like the soil you can be collecting, okay, or like the water you can be collecting. So you already have the previous activity, so you will be like conducting this particular activity here. Okay, so then you will be like simply making the grid system. Okay, and then based on the grid, so you will be like start conducting the activity. Okay, and like the general thing is that like whenever we are going to discuss about the archaeological excavation, then like people also find like the excavation is very interested. But like if you're asking me, then like the excavation is going to be the very like the boring type of the activity. Yeah, so like why I'm saying that, because like suppose this is going to be the trench that we are going to dig here, okay, for this particular type of the activity. Okay, then like even to dig this type of the thing, okay, so you can see that like this is not like deeper than 1 meter. Then to dig this type of the thing, so you will be like taking at least like the 1.5 month, or like will be taking 2 months, because like you will not be like start like digging it all of a sudden. So slow by slowly, okay, or like you will be like removing and slowly, very like with the precautions you will be digging. Okay, so on the same trench, so probably you will have to sit here even for the 6 months. So for the 6 months, you will be the trench supervisor. You will be sitting in this area for the 6 months, and slowly, you will be going here. So this is the like the task of the patience. Okay, and more than that, this is the task yes, like there is going to be like the environment harshness. There is going to be the sun rays, and like in the sunrise. Okay, or like there is a hot environment, and you are sitting on the same trench for the last 6 months, and slowly you are taking the thing. So this type of the activity you will be conducting here. Okay, and then basically after like having conducting the activity, so like you will be like sending these things to the museum. Okay, so like even in that particular case, whenever you will be like conducting your excavation itself, so in that case itself you not only just have to provide like the name or like the details of you and the organization, so who is going to like apply for this particular type of the activity, but more than that you will have to like provide them the plan, that what is the plan for the post excavation. Okay, for firstly what you are going to do with this site, okay, how you are going to like conserve the particular site, and more than that the objects you are going to find, so you cannot like keep the objects at your home. Okay, so you need to hand over this to the museum, so you need to have a museum support. So if you are a like a college or university, or you have the department museum, and that department museum is like the recognized one, and that particular museum is like having the capacity to take such type of the things, so you can be like even like transferring there. And more than that, so the best option is that you will be like transferring this to the government or museum. So that's going to be the very like the useful things become for you. So this is the entire type of the activity you will be taking as an archaeologist. Okay, so from the identification of the site and to the ending and the excavation and the conservation or like the restoration type of the activity. Okay, so slowly so here like shortly I will also like show you what exactly is the difference between the terms. Okay, so whenever you will be talking about these three type of the term. Okay, so like one term is going to call as the like the conservation, restoration. Okay, and it should be preservation. Okay, let me show you. Okay, so like what does it mean by like the conservation, what does it mean by the restoration, and what does it mean by the preservation? Okay, so now this is going to be the area where there is going to be like the structure is found. Okay, and below the mound, so suppose you are going to found like the potteries, and you are going to found like certain like the tools. Okay, so like mostly like the medieval period tools, and you are going to find certain bricks or like the brick made structure here, and you are going to find here certain other things here. Okay, so these all the things you will be sending for the conservation purpose, so they will be properly conserved. And just imagine that you are going to find a skeleton. Okay, so the skeleton could be sent for the preservation purpose there. Okay, because like such things are supposed to be preserved properly. Okay, so and if like there is another thing which is called as a restoration. So like suppose like this is going to be the part of like a strategically important thing. So like suppose this is going to be the part of the fort or something, then you could be like conducting the like the restoration here, and you will be like by using the medieval period technique, you will be like restoring one type of the wall here. So suppose if there was a wall or something, so based on that you will be like conducting the activity. So like from the beginning to the end, and in this particular flow the things will be going on. Okay, so now we will be discussing about like the post and examination, how the examination will be taking place. And like I told you, we are like planning to provide you certain like the practical thing, so how it will be like helping you. Yeah, but before that, have you understood the discussion clearly, everyone? Like Sauban and like
Yes,
Sri
sir.
and like Suyaj, KP, Disha, and like Bajram, Sandeep, and 56 other people in the class. And Suyaj, there is the background disturbance from your side.
Hello, sir.
Uh, okay, yeah, yeah. So like, Lekha, so like, let me. Okay, yeah. So like, please ask me like, what exactly is the question? So like, let me see like how exactly it will give time to answer, because I have to discuss with you like the certification and like what exactly we are going to give you after the course. Yeah, please ask the question.
Yes, sir. The step of precautions. After that, we have to send the proposal to the university. The middle step is what is the point considering for the proposal to submit it the university? Means, firstly, we have to be the research to that site.
Mm-hmm.
Means the primary research or directly send the proposals to the base of the papers.
Okay,
Secondary.
like firstly you have to conduct the recon. Okay, and like during the recon itself, you will be understanding that whether it is that important or not. Okay, so now, okay, so like suppose like from the satellite imagery, so suppose like you are an archaeologist. Okay, and like from the satellite imagery, you are going to find this particular structure. Okay, so like from the sky. Okay, so now you will be going here and you see that. Okay, so like you are going to find like the objects and the potteries. Okay, and you are going to find certain evidences here, so you will be understanding that. Okay, so like what the site could be. Okay, so based on that only you will be like writing the proposal, and in that proposal you will be like mentioning the details of the data which you have found from the recon. And like I told you, like even in the recon, like whatever the things, what could be the requirement. Okay, or like what could be like the activities are going to require, and what type of the tools are going to be required, and like what will be the human resource you are going to require. So these all things will be mentioned here properly in the proposal. And more than that, what is the strategic importance, so that's going to be the very important point. Okay, so how it is strategically important, it could be adding, or like it could be enhancing, or like giving the contribution to the present understanding of archaeology. Correct? I hope now you are getting the point,
Yes, sir.
Lekha, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. So now, okay, so like, and just like Lekha, just like I can really understand that. Like now we really have a gap because like I told you, so actually like we are not like working on the site right now, so therefore like we do have certain limitations, or like now we are like not working on the field. So suppose like we were here on the field, then I could have like easily shown you, so like by having like total station and like how to utilize that, or even during the recon, like what type of the activity we are going to conduct, or how do we collect the details, and more than that, while like opting the like the permission or for the license, so what type of like the structure that we are going to follow, that it will be like accepted, or you will be getting the permission even while writing the proposal. So how exactly you are supposed to compose that, and from that perspective, like just like we can't like do that, like because of the limitations here, okay, or like otherwise we could have taken you each and every like the context in the depth activity here, okay. And yes, so I guess I just saw here like some of the people, so let me just see. uh, Okay, yeah, so like there is Nitya in the class, and just like Nitya is a part of our like the another program. So like previously we had one course in the like the advanced certification in the exploration and like and like the excavation activity. So like Nitya is a part of that particular program, and like the program is still going on. Okay, so here so like what we are going to do. So like here we have our own sites. Okay, so at the Indo Archaeology research, so these sites we are going to the students, so like almost 5 to 6 different sites, and one of them is going to be like the inscription one. And like I told you, even if you are asking your professor, so like what is the importance of the inscription, because to find a fresh inscription throughout the career, so it's a very difficult type of the activity. Even you will be getting the chance for the excavation easily, but to get a new inscription, it is going to be the rare type of the discovery. Okay, so like that project we have, or like the excavation project we have, so these all the things are there. But more than that, we are like encouraging the student to have their own archaeological discoveries, and even we are going to fund the students there, so that the students are not going to get the portfolio or like the hand-on experience or like the activity on the our side, but more than that, the students will be able to lead their own like the archaeological sites also. Okay, so like that perspective we are going to do, and like I told you, now we really have the limitation for that. Okay, yeah. So now, okay, so like coming back to the thing here, or like coming back to the examination. So like I told you, here like after the this particular class, you will be having the 100 mark examination, and more specifically, it will be taken via Google Classroom. Okay, for the certification. And like I told you in the beginning, see, we really don't believe in the certification, because we strongly believe that like the certification is going to be the like the another piece of paper, so like that you will be getting. And like I told you, people in the earlier stages also, so like if you really want to like grow after your career, so like suppose like Lekha is pursuing her MA in the subject like archaeology, history, or ancient and culture history. Okay, so like after completing her MA, okay, so she will be like completing the NET, and she will be like completing the PhD, and suppose she's going to apply for the position of professorship at a university, then she will not be just only person, but there will be 100 more people. Okay, so like there will be Shriji, or probably there will be Suyash or Sauban or Dish and some other people, they will be applying, and this all the people similarly must have completed their MA, their NET, and their PhD, like more specifically. Okay, so here you know that like even for the NET you are not going to get any percentage or something. Okay, so what happens, so on which ground the department will be choosing the person, so they will be looking at what is your contribution to the field of archaeology or to the field of history. Okay, so like I told you, your academic portfolio matters, so like the research papers published on your name, or like the research chapter published on your name, or like the research chapter published on your name, or the articles or the newspaper articles. Okay, or like even the books published on your name, so that will be considering. And apart from that, they will be like looking towards what is your contribution, or like whether you have the 360-degree angle. So if you are going to become a part of the excavation, so suppose this is going to be the temple excavation, so that is something different, because we use the different tactics for that. And when you are going to have like the landmass type of the excavation there, that exactly going this particular area. So like with this like a horizontal method, so there are going to be the different type of the approaches we have to do. And even for like the recovering like the precious objects, so there are going to be the different tactics. So apart from that skills, knowledge, and the tactics, your contribution, whether you have been the part of the multidisciplinary activities or not, whether you have been a part of like the sample collection activities or not, or whether you have been a part of like the cartographic activities, or even like the map making activities or not, or whether you have been like conducted what type of the surveys where you have conducted, or more than that, whether you have lead your own archaeological finding or not. Okay, so these things really matter, and based on that only they will be selecting the person. Okay, so like just because you have got the O degree in your MA, so that doesn't make you like the qualified person. But apart from that, your understanding, your skills, and your portfolio is going to matter. And from that perspective, we are it's like taking the activities there. Correct? I hope you're getting the point, Lekha. Correct? Correct, Lekha? And like what about other people in the class? Are you
Yes,
getting the
sir.
point?
Yes, sir.
Like Adesh and like Sandeep and like Sauban and like Shriji, Suyash and 51
Yes,
other
sir.
people in the class, all of you, everyone. Okay, yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
now, okay, so like after like the ending of this particular like the course here, so like I told, like the certification will be taking, but apart from the certification, we really wanted to provide something better here. Okay, so now what exactly we are going to do? So the students, those who are going to like complete the certification, or those who are going to get like the qualify for the certification, so we will try to get the students like involved in this particular projects here. Okay, so that it will not just provide you one certification, but it will at least provide you certain portfolio at least. Okay, so like from that we'll be like trying from our side. Okay, but yeah, but by the way, so I hope you all people are there on the WhatsApp group, because like even today I had like received the message from the people, because on like the Google form we had like sent the link, because further even for your like the Google Classroom invitation link. So we will be sending the link on the WhatsApp itself. Okay. And like the further communication will be like taking place from there. So if you're not there on the WhatsApp, so you people already have my WhatsApp number. So you can directly ping me the message on the WhatsApp. Okay. So I'll add you there. Okay. Or even if you have any further doubt, difficulty, any question, or even in case you need any personalized help. Okay, so you can directly reach me on this particular number. We will be certainly help you at all the time here. Okay, yeah. So now we are going to end this session, but before we end the session, so is there any doubt, difficulty, any question or anything? Anyone like Suryash, Disha? Have you understood the discussion? Everyone like Adesh and like Lekha, Suryash and like Shriji and like Sandeep, Sauban and 54 other people in the class. All of you, everyone like Saurabhi and like Sujit and like Somaya and like Soham, Shruti, Shivani and like Selevan Dhiran, and I'm really sorry if I mispronounced your name, or like Sejal and like Sandeep, Rishabh, Rigona and like Raj Abhishek and Rahul, Prince and like Pavitra, everyone, all of you. Okay. So you all have my WhatsApp number. Whenever you need something, you people can be contact. Okay, yeah. So like by tonight itself, you people will be getting the invitation to the Google Classroom. And don't worry about that. Generally, we provide students the 24 hours to complete the examination. Okay, so don't worry about that. Okay, so you will be getting 24 hours. So suppose we are going to like yeah, so like after the class, I'm sending you Google Classroom link. So after joining the link, suppose I'm going to assign you the question by 10 p.m. and even once I assign the question, I will announce on the WhatsApp group that like we have announced like the question to you people. Okay. Then after that, you will have to submit the answers by 10 p.m. in the next day. Okay. So now we are ending this session, and like I told you, you have my number. So if you need anything, you people can directly contact me at any time. Okay. So now we are going to end this session. So thank you for attending the class. Bye, all of you. Everyone, good night.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Have a good night. Yes, Shrija, bye, bye, good night. Yes,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you. Bye, bye, good night, Baja.